Well, hello. Just wondering if you can see the difference. Yeah, you can kind of see the sheriff's badge. It's my oversized bottle opener for my Jones soda, my Sunset Sarsaparillas. All right. Well, welcome in, everybody. We've got ourselves quite the to-do list on this one with a few more optional missions, and we need to also find a way to find the third pound of eggs, which I don't think is going to be at this location. We need to talk to culinary science, which I believe we're out front of, and then complete that. We need to do our chemicals course. So last time we did our geology. And apparently we've brought a thing of cheese, but maybe it wasn't the right thing of cheese, or this is just an ongoing thing. So we'll see. Alright, but we are in culinary science. Okay, well this is cool. We have one of our optional perks that we've chosen at the front. Or at the start of the game, rather. So, hey, you're new? Yep. Well, here's what you gotta do. Make a full day's worth of food. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, plus appetizer, dessert. So we're gonna use our special ability here. Sure, for all I know, I'm a chef. Apparently did nothing. Hello, you look delicious. Oh, sorry for a second. 1 second. I think I left the oven on. Alright, we're at the breakfast station. Let's see. You butter up a pan, whisk your eggs, get them sizzling nicely. Now it's time to pick some stuff up from the station's frankly intimidating variety of omelet fillings. Goat cheese or just a goat? Let's go peach. Sprinkle some peach into the omelet. We'll go peach and apricot. Add a handful of apricot for good measure. It's almost ready, but it needs one more ingredient. You know what? I saw a goose on the drive home today. The Canada geese are back. A little goose, flip of the spatula, and your masterpiece is complete. Behold, the perfect peach, apricot, and goose omelet. Guaranteed to be as delicious as it sounds. Bon appetit. The counter is surrounded by scary floating sandwich parts. We've got spooky armor. You choke down your fear and approach a polter sandwich. If you're going to make a regular sandwich out of this haunted mess, you better start with some bread. You survey the options, what kind of bread you want to grab as it floats past. Well, I wish we had more muscle, but I guess we won't be using the belligerent ciabatta bread. We'll just use a truculent baguette. Damn it. Alright, smoky smoked turkey for the meats. Now it's time for the cheese. Damn it. We can't use a hyperactive Harlsberg. We're going to just use a Stupid old energetic Gruyere cheese. And finally, the most important decision in the entire sandwich making process. Which condiment? Ketchup, mustard. What do we have here? What do we have? We got a smoked turkey on some sort of baguette. With Gruyere. Well, it's got to be mustard. We got an item. Acceptable sandwich. Sleaze armor. The air around this deep fryer is thick with grease, making breathing an unpleasant experience. Let's see if we can pump up muscle or moxie a little bit more. Oh yeah, we could definitely pump something up here. We can get our moxie up to 7 for sure, just wearing the sunglasses. Food, we already have a +1 to muscle. Our hat has quite a bit going on with it already. Range, so 1 spooky, 3 physical. But where's our 1 spooky? The physical won't matter, but we also have hot armor, which might help us out here. So let's equip that. Clown Pants has given us a lot of stuff. All right, let's just go with this. Since we're already at 7. Okay, so the effects from potion is just maximum AP. So, I mean, I feel like we could probably get muscle if it matters. Probably doesn't matter. Whatever. Let's just do the thing. We're gonna deep fry a mushroom steak, of course. We've got a bunch of those. Drop your mushroom steak into the deep fryer and watch it sizzle. And fish it back out when it seems done. There we go. Delicious. Hot armor. The oven has been left open and heat is blasting out. Alright, so. We're good. Since you can stand the heat, you don't feel obligated to get out of the kitchen. You approach the oven and discover a fully cooked dish inside. Some other student must have left it here. We got a plate of shrimp, a perfectly cooked plate of shrimp with a Bader Meinhof glaze. Yes. It's a plate of shrimp. That's weird. You were just thinking about a plate of shrimp. Oh, that's dinner settled then. That was easy. Now we need ourselves some cold armor. Now this one... What do we have? Cold armor is 3, so... That's 2. This gives us cold armor, as is 2. Do I have anything that's cold armor? I don't think so. Just extra muscle. Stench, yeah, so I don't think I can just wear this. I'm gonna have to use an item. But that's okay. We can get through that. Wait, isn't there something for... This does add cold armor to a pair of pants, yeah. But I was kind of wanting to hold off on that. I should have enough items to get... For potions, I should have lots of... what is the effect I have? AP, which I think is, yeah, cola, and I got wine. No, wine is not it, but I've got cola. Chilled mouthwash. Yep, this is the one. Let's use it. Yep, sounds good. Frickin' 8 cold armor. What do we have? We had 3 and we just add. So, yeah, we're going to... Nice Sunday. Yeah. That'll do. It's just for extra XP. Mysticality. Complex syrup sits on a bench here. Let's simplify it. Alright, so... Mysticality. There we go. We equip that. Mysticality. There it is. That's the one. Mysticality. Okay, should be at it. That gives us 8. Extra credit. Simplify the crap out of that. You take part of the syrup, divide it by the square root of -1, and then add it back to the rest. Voila, you got an item. Doer of simple syrup. Stuff is used in making sweet drinks for the lowest common denominator. Looks like it'll come in handy for mixing drinks at the speakeasy. Oh, that's just not even part of the course here. This is just... Alright. We actually have other stuff we need to bring to the speakeasy as well, so that's cool. Alright, we can go ahead and throw on our item drops. Nah. Portable radio. Clowny pants. And yeah, sure, that's good. I actually want different shoes on. What are my shoes here? Flip file, flip flops, pipe shoes. Let's do pipe shoes for a bit. Okay, I finished all the cooking. Let's see what you got here. Peach, apricot, and goose omelet. Interesting choices. Not what I would have picked myself, but I'm intrigued. For lunch, now that's a fine-looking sandwich. A classic example of the form. Now this dinner, let's see. Appetizer is a deep-fried mushroom steak. Wow, I haven't seen that one before. Can't wait to try it. And a plate of shrimp scampi, I guess? It's a bit overdone, but shrimp is tricky, so I admire your courage. Oh, and this ice cream sundae is a real classic. Nice job. So do I pass? Yes, absolutely. Great job. He reaches into a desk drawer, pulls out a fork for each hand. Now please leave before you see something you can't unsee. I need you to sign my course transcript first. Completed your elective. Thanks. Bon appetit. But we didn't get to talk about the extra credit. I wanted to see what she had to say about that. Oh, she's zonked. The professor is snoring behind her desk in the midst of a comprehensive food coma you've ever witnessed. You don't even see the plates anywhere. He said it would be something that we'd never be able to unsee, so... Alright, so now we gotta get to the chemicals. Okay, Sandwich Museum. I don't even remember where the hell the gift shop for a sandwich museum's even at. Oh, that's the town, yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of the town. Yeah, we have a lot of side quests and things to take care of before this chapter is done as well. The drinking fountain seems to have developed a steam leak. Let's get a bone soda. Spooky armor. Alright. I probably shouldn't have done that one, but anyways. Let's... Fission chips. Yes, we gotta go to the chemicals lab to get our degree, but we also found the other frat house, something we can do before we're done. The main lobby. Fission chips. We're gonna go back to Ocean City because I am very intrigued by our speakeasy here. Ooh, there's a message from the Mab. Well done, T back. Okay. Yeah, there's lots to do in this chapter. PT, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, good to see you. Upon auditorially processing the alert bell from this telephonic device, I have answered it. Come on, Don, dial it back a notch. As it is you who have dialed my number, I do not entirely understand this request, Mr. Peepchamp, because of it's a rotary, so you would need to dial it. Okay. All right. Anyways, what do you need? Our observationalists have reported that you have or will soon become operational within Porkham, the locus of education known as the Seaside Institute of Technologies. I don't think I care for being observationalized. Our agents are quite discreet and unobtrusive. They will not hinder your activities. That's not the problem. Would you preference that they take a more active role? What? No. Why did you pronounce role? I don't know how to pronounce that myself. Oh, forget it. What's the job? You got to go play some pinball today. Hells yeah. How's it going on my end? Well, it's going that they're trying to push out so many damn mods so fast to get them across the road. But they want us to start working Saturdays for the foreseeable future, essentially. I was like, oh, for God's sakes, yeah, drop that on a Thursday. Hey, by the way, Saturday, you're coming in, right? I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I can. I wanted to do stuff this Saturday. And, you know, also rest. So... And the worst part is, like, the things I need to do on a Saturday, like, they all close at, like, noon or 1 o'clock, right? There's nothing that's open by the time I get back, so it's one of those... Miss out on some OT. Get a couple of things done, but, like, we start at 6 a.m., right? But things only open between, like, 9 to noon. It's like, I don't know. So I'll see how tomorrow goes, like what kind of day Saturday's even looking like. I could always just kind of go in and then also be like, okay, if everybody is here and we're not able to get much more done, I've got shit to do. See you later, you know. Plus, you know, I've got my stream. That's one of my stream days. I swear I'd rather just it be a Sunday. Like, let me go in on a friggin' Sunday, you know? But some people, they like the church and the whatnot, so they don't work the Sundays. So. Like, fuck it, nothing is open on Sundays in some areas, you know? I'd rather be there working when you can't get fuck all accomplished anyways. I swear, as an adult, the weekend is the worst fucking time to have days off. Give me a Monday, Tuesday off, for God's sakes, or a Thursday, Friday. Like, give me something where when it's my days off, I can actually accomplish fucking something I need to do during a weekday. Because as an adult, the weekend makes no sense to have off. It's ridiculous. Anyways. But yes, I'm also sore, and I want to make sure I don't put in 60 hours this week, and then I'm only able to do 30 hours next week, you know. It's one of those. Anywho. The weather is fantastic. Everything's pretty good. I got a new replacement speaker. That thing's working pretty good, and the battery life is decent for the day, so I got things going in the right direction, but just, yeah, the thought of working Saturday kind of soured me up, but I'm good. Sorry, I'm good. Shomer Shabbos, yeah. Yeah. Did I tell you I'm Jewish now? Show up with Winston in the truck. This is a show dog, dude. Okay. It's got fucking papers. I'm not buying it a fucking beer. Okay. The specific task we require of you is to sensitivinal to communicate to you in a telephonular manner. Proceed to the luncheonette Fission Chips, whereupon you will meet with one of your operatives, who is known by the sobriquet Greasy Steve. You will recognize him by... No, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I'll know him when I see him. Then fortuitous chance on your objective. Okay. Well, we needed to go to that spot eventually anyways. Oh yeah, they're still on their third date. Oh, now you're saying something. The Zookeeper's Descent. Down the stairs, down the hatch. Zookeeper's Descent, eh? He said something near the lake. Your uncle's house has many doors. Some of them have people near them. Okay. The indiscretions of your youth run deep, and deeper still flows their bitter wine. I think I see. Okay. Alright, fella. Found a case of absinthe. Ah, this will attract some dour, artsy types. I found this cola. Will come in handy if any children want to get drunk here. I found this simple syrup. You could say I crafted that. Simple syrup, nice and easy. Alright, so... why is simple syrup not on the menu here? So right now I have the beer. But I do like that there's double additives here for stuff later. Okay. We will cancel. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay. Shomer Shabbos. Set up Rufus's hot plate on your desk. Convenience, thy name is science. Oh, hey, PT, when did you show up in my room? Braggadocious pie. Okay. So yeah, so we have this mana enriched flour. There's fancy items that allow you to make but there's special items that allow you to make, like, this is the fancy foods aside from the basic. But we also found a recipe where we can create a companion, but that uses the 3 mana enriched flour. Our frustulent grulch here. That's pigeon poop. A gagette. I didn't realize. We got refried bread, since that's just grease. We got a glow nut instead of a donut. Iron pumpernickel. Man, how did I not catch glow nut and iron pumpernickel before? Braggadocious pie, which is stylish gel. Ice scone. Impregnable tack. Penetrable shellac. We got coffee cake from the energizing powder. You duck and weave, bob and swat. Are you shadow boxing, or are the shadows boxing you? So we lose these effects daily? I thought these were, like, permanent. Oh. Good old nightstand. Yeah, we need more armor. She's a tough cookie, that Jessica. But at some point, we'll have 9 of each stat, and we'll be ready. Or maybe not. I don't know. Okay. So we need to find manholes. The sewer style, not the Manzanus style. Just to clarify. Where could we find... So we gotta find another sewer thing. Aha! No, not the guest book. Manhole cover, there we go. Alright, let's grab the item. Let's do some fishing. Got a nasty bag. Okay, so this looks like some sort of fish bar scene. This is the second drunkest fishman you've ever seen. The bartender. Looks like the fisherman has set up a little casino. The game seems to consist of throwing a handful of pebbles and rusty nails on the table. It's both very simple and very vague. I will watch for a while first. The player next to you puts some fishman eggs on the table. The croupier picks up the pebbles and the nails and hands them to the player, who shakes them up and scatters them across the table. The croupier frowns and makes a sweeping gesture, and picks up the nails and pebbles and hands them back to the player. The player makes a grumbly blur down, then tosses them on the table again. The croupier scans the results and shakes his head. The player scowls as the croupier takes his eggs. You continue to watch the action, hoping to glean some understanding. The player counts out some eggs and puts them on the table. The dealer hands the pebbles and the nails to the player. The croupier seems impressed. He nods at the player, picks them up, tosses them again, adds a large pile of eggs to the player's bet, and the player grabs with a burbling cry of joy and greed. I will continue to watch. Continue to watch, hoping to understand. Sets down some eggs, hands them to the player, shakes them up, tosses them to the air, seems impressed. Burbling cry of joy and greed. Counts out some eggs, puts them on the table, flying. One of the nails, carefully drops it again, makes a satisfied glug as the croupier adds a few more eggs to the pile. You keep your eyes on the game, not exactly sure what is going on. The gambler sets down some eggs and looks at the dealer. Once again, gives the pebbles and the nails to the other fishman, who then tosses them vigorously onto the table. He looks at the nails and the pebbles and shakes his head. The player makes an argumentative noise and points at one of the nails. The croupier sighs and peers at it closer, and shakes his head defiantly and takes the player's eggs. The player outs. You keep your eye on the game. Eggs and nails and such. Sweeping gesture, blah. We're placing a bet. Bam! You put some meat on the table. The croupier blinks at it but doesn't object. Picks up the nails and pebbles and hands them to me. I shake them up and drop them on the table. They bounce and roll a little but quickly come to rest. The croupier looks at them and nods at you. You carefully consider the arrangement of pebbles and nails and choose a nail to retoss. When the nail comes to rest, the croupier looks impressed. He adds a pile of fishman eggs to your meat, pushes them towards you. You won, apparently. Spiffy! We walk up to the counter to order a drink. Blurgle, blurgle, blurgle. He holds up a cart of some kind of greenish-brown liquid that you assume is probably mostly kelp juice and sewer moss squeezing. Buy a slug of whatever it... Yep. The bartender pours some of the liquid into a battered cocktail shaker and shakes it up with a handful of gravel, then pours it into an empty tin can. Fishman concoction. A rinsed out tin can containing 3 fingers of liquid derived from stuff that grows in sewers. Which sounds gross, but how bad could it really be, right? Increases your muscle and your maximum AP by 1. That's not too bad. Neat. Okay, so we now have that side quest complete, which is nice. Wait, it's a new day. We can fish in the cathedral's holy water dish. We will have a handful of holy water. Okay, so we've dropped stuff off at that thing. Maybe the hobo camp real fast? Let's get some energizing powder. What's up, fella? You're new. It's Creamy Steve, the guy I met in Sandwich Village. He's still packing in the cream. Hey, it's you. Thanks for telling me about this place. Everyone's been really appreciative about my cream. Swell. You've been getting to try some other foods, too, and you know, I don't like to admit this, but there might be more to life than just cream. More to a balanced diet, certainly. Creamy Steve, hanging on to a jar of his favorite cream. Yup. Okay, so I don't think there is a way to actually do anything in this, but we now have sneakers. Yeah, probably shouldn't mess around here. You'll wake people up. So yeah, I think it's just the gimmick. I've tried the loud boots. We've tried sneakers. Hey, yo, Washi! Back. I mean, we've, Can you spare some first aid supplies? Rhino Balm and Bertwert's Finest Tooth Wax. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Doc. Ah, that's nice. Hey, we got the warm hands. Shit! Yeah, all of my perks I didn't realize were daily. I thought those were permanent things. We need to continuously... So the cold armor that I was wearing, the other thing, we could have made the good dessert. Had I just come here and had warm hands for... There's so many things you gotta do every day. Hey, hands off my telephone. I'm gonna use your fucking your telephone. Gradianus, you get around a lot, right? In what sense exactly? You go lots of places. Oh, yes. You think you might be in the vicinity of Seaside Institute of Technology anytime soon? I have a small delivery I need someone to make. Sure, I can do that. I've received word that a hobo out there has come into possession of a number of old dorm room beds, and we would certainly make use of them. Could you locate the man and give him this invitation? I exactly know who that is. So about the secret plans yet? All right, we'll win him over. We'll win him over. We now have an additional reason. But first, Crystal Dream Lake is totally not where Jason Voorhees lives. We need to go to the museum. At least his name isn't Creaming, Steve. Yeah. Alright, now we just gotta wander around the museum. You spend some time poking around the woods near Sandwich Village with Rufus's metal detector and unearth a nearly impressive pile of trash before finally finding what you hope is Delia's house key. Extremely rusty old key. Then you write Rufus SIT steam tunnels on the metal detector and stick it in a mailbox. Aw. We don't get to keep it and keep finding items, I guess. Extremely rusty old key. An approximately 240-year-old house key. You got a chunk of lead, which increases the damage of a weapon by 1. Nice. We got some physical armor. All right. Okay, well, it's... Oops, I didn't mean to keep wandering. Okay, so now we got to go back to the past. After we fish in the horse trough, of course. You know what? I'm just not going to finish that. Clam jerky? What, do you want to finish a sentence with clam jerky? Eh? 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 Yeah, you do. It's meat. Okay, so you can't flush daily, anyways. So that's not something we can keep reusing. So why is the portable toilet not here anymore? It must reset everything. That means we gotta go to the hardware store. I'll buy the friggin' soda. How we doing on money? 407. We were like 2,300 there for a bit. Alright, now we gotta go to the past. Now we're in the past. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little bit more past looking color. Outhouse rentals. I would like to put that at the Sandwich Museum, please. Maybe I just had it somewhere else the whole time, actually. Maybe I moved it. And I forgot. I forgore. Off the side of the path, you see a squirrel with its tail stuck under a big rock. You lift the rock and release the poor squirrel. It chitters at you with something that sure as heck better be gratitude. You piece of shit. Okay, so in the future, one of these homes burns down. So we had said, hey, we need to investigate why is this place burning down. You brush off as much of the loose rust as you think you can get away with without turning the entire key into loose rust. Slide it into the keyhole and carefully turn it. The lock clicks open and the key completely disintegrates. You peek in the front door and look around. It looks like nobody's home, which makes sense, considering the door was locked. Are we gonna snoop around? Yes, I'm not sure why I even gave you the choice there. We both knew you were going to choose snoop. Yeah, for real. This must be Delia's bed. Looks like there's something behind it. Oh, this oil lamp is kind of uncomfortably close to the curtains. Yeah. A white ceramic plate painted with a nice forestry scene. Pretty. No witch's brews here. Maybe a witch's stew. Probably just a regular person's stew. Okay, so it's likely that the house burns down because of this oil lamp. You carefully pick up the oil lamp and set it on the mantelpiece. That seems much safer. Did you know that the oil in this kind of lamp comes out of a sperm whale's head? Tell me more. Okay. Okay, see, sperm whale fat renders down into a pretty good lamp oil, better than other whales, but more importantly, they also have a reservoir full of really good oil in their head, so much as 500 gallons of it. Nobody knows why or what's for it, so people realize the sperm whales were relatively populous within sailing distance of the colonial coast. It sparked an entire industry. The whaling industry in the colonies began in the 1640s, but it was further south out of here about 2 years ago. 1690 whalers started working out the islands around Lieutenant Harbor, or rather, it would have eventually come to be called Lieutenant Harbor after accidental enlistment and promotion during the War of 1774. Now, within 100 years of those islands becoming a whaling capital of the world, until, of course, the whales ran out, but the industry was still able to flounder along with the innovation of kerosene in the 1850s. Anyway, the point being the lamp is really state-of-the-art technology around these parts. Thank you. That's very interesting. Small steel lockbox with the name Delia painted on it. On second thought, messing with the contents of that box could cause some sort of nasty paradox. You leave it. That's fair. But now we'll never know what's going to be in the museum because they had only were able to recover her diary and something else. The doll. There was a diary and a doll that was in it. Okay, well, it would appear the house is no longer burned. Putnam House, which has nothing particularly unusual about it, except that witches live there. They're convinced that witches are rampant through this entire neighborhood. Security guard is keeping a close eye on things here, which honestly isn't very difficult since there's only 2. Hi there, welcome to Putnam House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Let's ask him about the exhibits. Excuse me, sorry sir, I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Oh, I guess that won't work. The plaque says this iron pan was probably for regular cooking, but we're pretty sure it was also used for making small batch potions sometimes. Witch potions, of course. There's an old painted plate on display here. This is the plate that used to be on Putnam's mantelpiece. It held up nicely over the last 236 years. The plaque on the plinth says, this plate commemorates the founding of the town of Sandwich on All Hallows Eve. How witchy can you get? You take a closer look and the plate does indeed have a date in the painted filigree around the edge. 31st October, 1626. Interesting indeed. Now, that being said, we must take the bus out of town and go back to Ocean City. And we will, we'll take a shortcut by cutting through to the Speakeasy Alley. We will scoot out the door from the Speakeasy Alley, and we will go right into the Ocean City Watchful Eye. I think that's... Was it 1686? $1626. What happened? You find something interesting. The archive doesn't go back that far, but you do find an article about the village's 250th anniversary in 1876. I was hoping this would work out, yeah. Okay, so the 250th anniversary article says the town was founded in 1626 by a man named Fulk Proctor. It was considered a nice if unremarkable little village until traders found the town completely empty in early November 1692, apart from one dark-eyed old man who joined them on their route back to Ocean City. After that, the town remained abandoned and undisturbed due to rumors of haunting or curse. Spooky. So a dark-eyed old man. I never know, like, are we going to be that person? Or, like, how does this play out? You know what I mean? There's a lot of time paradox stuff already going down. Okay, so I don't think there's anything to do. So now we are back at the campus, and we have 3 missions that I can think of at the time being before we go back to the main lobby. We can finish and get our degree, which allows us to go to the main lobby. We can check out this other frat house. There's also Fish and Chips, which is for the Mafia. But the mission that we will do to start is to head down towards Hobo with a bunch of beds shop. You decide to take a shortcut between some campus buildings and come face to face with 2 fishermen who are hanging out in the darkened alley. They seem surprised to see you, and one of them makes wild gestures at you while yelling something. However, even if you could understand its language, that would be hampered a bit by the tremendous volume of water that pours out of a fishman's mouth as it yells. The other one makes even more emphatic gestures and yells another few quarts at you. I'm gonna try bamboozle these guys just to see what the text is. Come on, guys. There's no need to get sore. Wait here a second. You leave the alley to find a water fountain and fill up as much as you can before returning. Two fishermen seem pretty impressed by your fluid capacity and allow you to pass unharmed. Glorb! Oh, glorb indeed, my friends. Glorb indeed. Hey there, fella. Can I assume some quality merchandise? What are you selling, anyways? You also have the... Adds 2 bleed to a weapon. Yes. Jocelyn Pom Pom. Increase all of your allies' muscle, mysticality, and moxie. Oh, so that's an offhand. Yeah. No, thank you. Definitely don't... what's the sports string? Increase the damage of your melee weapon attacks by 5 with a potion. Delicious Oyster. Increase your sleeves. I think we have a binder clip. Increase a target stench armor. Oh, I will buy that. That seems interesting, actually. Sleeves armor by 5. It's just food. But you know what? I'll buy it. Okay, not getting the pom-pom. Wait, increase all of your allies' muscle, mysticality, and moxie by your muscle. Wow, so I could really pump up all of my... Damn, that's actually really good. My offhand item right now, I don't really know what it is. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that. What do I have? It's my offhand. Reduce. Oh, well, this is just reduce an enemy's stats by that much, which is very good. But if I can increase all of my allies, so that's freaking... And it goes up by the muscle amount, which is 6, instead of decreasing by 5. But that would... Ah, jeez. Both good. Honestly, the pocket watch is very good, but I think I'm going to equip this instead. I'm still trying to figure out what the purpose of the SIT puzzle ring is, but... Anyways, let's talk to this dude and tell him to go to Hobo Camp or something. The Hobo King requests your presence. Come again. There's a hobo camp just outside Ocean City, and the guy in charge heard you're rich in beds. He asked me to give you his official summons. Oh, it sounds like a good deal. Can't use more than 1 or 2 of these myself anyways. I'll head on out there, thanks. Ovid has taken his beds and gone to his new home. That is, back at the hobo camp. Good thing I bought that pom-pom before we ruined the whole shop. Alright, fish and chips. You notice Gabby is lagging behind due to reading a book while she's walking. What you got there, Gabby? A book of math was on bench, probably a math bench. Gabby shows it to you. Doctrine of Observable Mathematics by Geminus. Very famous math goblin. They knew all of the numbers. Oh, that's interesting. Nope, super boring to Gabby, even though goblins are basically invented multiplying. But knowing is powerful. Gabby's mysticality has increased. Okay, fish and chips. We have... not options. To-do list. I wanted to see what else was here. Oh yeah, we have the fishman eggs too. We gotta go back. That's right. Okay, let's see if the cheese is here for this mission. Hey, Mr. Winston. Hey, buddy. There's a very angry-looking dude right here, too. Oh, he's sad. Never mind. He looked a little, like, outy, but, like, not in a sad. He's selling pencils. You seem down. Not getting any business? Nope. Thought this was a real good plan, too. College kids always need pencils, right? I can't sell a dang one of these things. They get this mean look on their faces, too, a sort of pitying sneer, like they think I'm super dumb, and these must be dumb pencils that only write dumb answers or something. Well, that's no good. He looks glumly at the sidewalk and rattles his mug of pencils at you. The mug has "I'm with stupid" printed on it, with an arrow pointing toward the handle. Do you have any hobo code to share? Oh, you don't want any hobo code I could give you. Probably just be dumb and wrong. I'd probably mix up the one that means free pie here with the one that means bottomless pit or something. Jeez, man. Okay, let's buy the pencil, and then maybe he's gonna, like, turn it around here, make him a little more happy or something. Thanks. Hi, Lulu. We got a pencil. Quest item. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the pencil is greater than the sun and the stars. The pen is pathetic in comparison. Okay. We have a pencil, anyways. This dude's hoeing down on a big old chomp fest of foods. Man in a really slick suit, described as such, both expensive and covered in grease, is stuffing his face. This has got to be Greasy Steve. We'll come back to Greasy Steve. This guy is glumly picking at a plate of food. Hey, what's wrong there, fella? Oh, I just moved out here for school, and this food is... I mean, it's fine, but it just isn't like what we had back home. What's different about it? My dad worked at a barbecue sauce factory, so everything we ate was smothered in barbecue sauce. Thought I was ready for new experiences at college, but I'm so homesick. Aw, I'm sorry. I can relate. For me, it was maple syrup. That's a funny thing to be homesick about. Well, I guess I'm Canadian, so I'll lean into number 2 here. I can relate. For me, it was maple syrup. Keeps poking at his food and frowning. Maybe I can help? Wow, really? That'd be swell. Pulls a little paper cup out of his pocket and hands it to you. Gotta be some barbecue sauce somewhere on campus, right? It's 1928 after all. What an odd thing to say in a present day. I mean, just in that way of saying it. Not an item, an empty sauce cup. You carry sauce cups with you? Yeah, well, like I said, barbecue sauce is a really important part of my identity. I'll see what I can do. Floyd Carbuncle. See what I can do, Floyd. Like, I mean, I've definitely said things like, you know, I had a coworker once, he was eating strawberries. This was like 10 years ago now, but he was like, geez, like, why do I still gotta pick the leaves off my strawberries before I eat them? But he said it was like, geez, it's 2015. What am I doing picking the leaves off my own strawberries still, right? I just laughed. I was like, yeah, well, I mean, you know, some poor kid just stepped on a landmine somewheres in some country, but your strawberry thing, that's what's important. He's like, yeah, I guess that was a little... I was like, no, first world problems are definitely very real problems. It's just like, how good is life that that's the worst part of your day, you know? Put it into perspective, man. God, I gotta pick the leaves off my own strawberries that I didn't even have to grow and forage for, and you know. Yeah, I always remember that one. This is a grid that explains what kinds of things are and are not sandwiches. It's surprising how often it errs on the side of sandwich. Hid behind the counter is a glassy-eyed stare, traditional to all fast food employees, or rather, what will come to be known as fast food in about 23 years. You okay? Huh? Oh, yeah. Just since all the students are gone, there practically hasn't been anyone in here all day, except for that one guy gorging himself. Who is he? I don't know, but he's in here every day. All day. And he's always eating. Sometimes other guys in suits come in and they whisper together all shifty-like for a minute. Then the other guys leave, and this guy keeps eating. It's freaking me out, man. What do they talk about? Look, buddy, I'm just working here part-time to pay my way through college, which in 1928 is completely feasible. I'm not getting involved in whatever that guy's deal is. I see. Well, what's on the menu? Onion, starfish. All right, well, we got a fish sandwich, burger style. Muscle and maximum HP. Moxie, maximum HP. Mysticality, maximum HP. Yeah, we only have 100 meat right now. Hurl it at an enemy for 10 sleaze damage. Really? This is too overcooked to eat, but you could definitely throw it at someone. Okay, so it's like a hard ninja star of sorts. Yeah. This is a sandwich that apparently is very popular on the North Coast for some reason. The North Coast. It's a single round piece of very thin bread wrapped around some loose fish chunks. It's a fish taco. Extra spicy cocktail sauce. A little cardboard cup whose contents are 1 part ketchup, 1 part lemon juice, and 9 parts horseradish. 9 parts. Increase your item drops by 20 and your meat drops, okay? I'm good, but... Okay, so I'm thinking we actually do need to do the thing where we go to a bookstore to sell the book. It's in our item in the inventory, but let's talk to old Greasy Steve here first. Hi, you're Greasy Steve. I like how you didn't phrase that as a question. You're a cool customer, kid. I'll get what Donnie Thesaurus sees in you. Put her there. He wipes his hand on his lapel and offers you a handshake. You take it with a grimace, and your hand immediately slides out of his grip. Now here's the deal: we got some what you might call dirty meat. See, and we got to get it laundered. Meat laundering? I don't know much about that. It's easy. The only tricky part is you got to find a way into SIT's laundry room to do it. The SIT laundry room? Like actual laundry? Yeah, on accounts it's been a steam laundry. And only a steam's laundry's gonna be powerful enough to clean this particularly dirty meat. He passes you a sack under the table and you take a look inside. You got an item. Bag of dirty meat. A bag of ill-gotten gains. Yeah, I can seize that you sees what I means. Anyways, gets that cleans up and bring it backs to me. And I'll gets you a payment. He pats a briefcase sitting next to his chair. Gross. Well, alright. Okay, that's pretty easy. He's just like bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 bang, 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 bang. Fuck, that dude loves food, man. Oh, wait. Let me, before we go, we have an item. There's a book. Intermediate Matrix Chemistry. The cover of this textbook should be painted sky blue with clouds because it is way over your head. Alright, you look at the first few pages, the only thing you learn is you'd be better off selling this to a used bookstore to try and comprehend it. Alright, do that then. Managed to get a decent chunk of change for it. 192 meat. Oh, okay. I don't know how much we paid for it, but we didn't see anybody around campus that wanted it. Grants an upgradable skill. I choose not to be cold. Fucking hot armor? I have 223 experience. We have bingo. Ooh, that's a bingo. Does anybody know what I just quoted? 756 6 27536. I didn't check out the thing. Damn it. A wooden statue with a metal diving helmet for a head. Tear its head off with 9 muscle. Can I do that? I have 7. I have 8. I have 9. Hey, it's actually a real diving helmet. Good instincts. You got an item. Diving helmet. It's a hat. This old diving helmet still has enough air in it to last you as long as you'll remain interested in diving. Lets you breathe underwater, presumably. Does that mean I can go walk around into the lake? It's fancy, though. Give it that. Well, now I'm just curious. Let's go back to Crystal Dream Lake. Let's just wander. A cheeky squirrel challenges you to a race. It's a difficult course involving several jumps and climbs. Fuck that, I'll race this fool. Dang, that squirrel's fast. You cross the finish line first by a hair. Both you and the squirrel collapse by the lake, panting, sweating, laughing, clapping each other on the back. What a great day. Gabby found meat. Let's go by the dam. Start to get that deja vu feeling. Looking around to see yourself coming up the road. This would be as good a time as any to give him that pair of pants from SIT. Give him the pants. Yeah, I got a souvenir from SIT. You toss the pants to a puzzle pass off. You went to the Seaside Institute of Technology. Wait, I'm going to? Yep, don't forget to buy a pair of pants from the gift shop. You give to myself? Can't I just give him these ones? Yeah, but then you won't have them. So you want to buy a new pair for yourself. Which ones are these? What did you do? If I tell you, you won't be able to make the choice anymore. This is nonsense. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. How did I get into this situation? I've been wondering that since the last time I had this conversation. I still have no idea. All right, see you later. Your trip is interrupted by a pack of those creepy, scuttling, shadowy guys. Oh, jeez. We gotta fight him. I wish I had a better helmet on, but I'm trying to go underwater is my hope here, so. That's a good point about blueberries, though, yeah. It's often very rare. You got a problem with it. Well, this is just an instant kill shot. Because it's a specialty item. Damn you, don't... Oh, he is so dead. Oh, they took out my best weapon. She's only gonna do 5, so she will flap slap. Damn it, my familiar. Loud. Oof, she took a lot of damage. Slappity slap slap. That was a tough fight. You discover a ring of mushrooms growing in a strange pattern. Using your training and intellect, you identify the pattern as a circle. Uh-oh. A trio of figures in hooded white robes step out of the trees around you. It's hard to tell if the robes contain person-shaped shadow monsters or if they're regular people whose faces are concealed by the shadows of their hoods. Well, not that regular people go around wearing hooded robes very often anyways, and whichever it is doesn't seem like they have good intentions. Hey, what's your deal? Well, that clears that right up. We haven't seen this enemy around yet. You won. All the black smoke leaks out of the robes pretty quickly. You don't get a chance to question them any further. Not that it probably would have been any more effective than the first time. Somewhere nearby, you hear singing. Resist the call. You meet yourself on the road again. Good thing I'm not the Buddha. Gives you a worn-out look. Not quite 1,000 yard stare, more like 500. Not really in the joke, or not really in the mood for jokes right now, to be honest. Take this damn thing. He holds out a ring. Look, you know how this works by now. I took it, so you have to take it too. But I'm the earlier you. If I don't take it, then you won't have taken it either. I already did. Well, from your perspective, yes. That's the one that matters to me. And when you're me, you'll agree. Take it. Fine, fine. A Mobius ring. Ring has only one side. So technically, there's no difference between wearing it and not wearing it. Helps you help yourself in combat. What is it? A pain in the ass. You want my advice? Don't use it. Why not? Because you'll find out. Find out what? Why you shouldn't have used it. Ask Chester at Delphine Farm. He'll explain, except not really. Turns and leaves before you can ask any more questions. Guess I got up on the wrong side of the bed that morning. Delphine Farm we've never found? Well, it doesn't look like we can really do. Alright, well, you know I gotta equip it. You know we gotta try it. Also, we need to, portable radio. I guess we'll get rid of the diving helmet for now. So many shadow creatures. Oh, it's me. Okay. Helps me help myself. Hit future Grunny Peep Champ with a projectile ice maker. Couldn't attack your friends, though. So it's me from the future helping the past self with this Mobius ring thing. Interesting. Oh, wait, I have the thing. If I am my own companion... Hang on. Does this make me an ally? 756. Future me. It did, too. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, pom-pom, good. Wait, is this future me work in this now? It is, too. This is... Holy shit. Cause your familiar to... What the... no way. Oh, this is broken as hell. Okay, I don't want to give up this ring. We're leaving. Not that we'd have to. We could just ignore him and never give him the ring, but... No, future me finds me in the present, which is his past. And then he gives me an item from something I've already done. So, like, the future me gave me pants from SIT. They were like, wow, we're gonna go to college someday? They're like, yup. And then we did go to college. We're here at the Seaside Institute of Technology. And then we just bumped into our past self, and we continued or closed the loop, or whatever the hell's going on with that. Okay, so Rufus's lab. Let's go there first. Because that's the 3 pounds of eggs thing. I got the eggs. Great, let me process. Whoops, I misplaced a decimal. I only needed 0.3 pounds of eggs. Well, now we've got plenty of this goop. You can keep the extra eggs. Hooray. Let me write down where to find the fish mother's nest. You'll also need this. You got an item. Municipal contraption. This odd-shaped tool has City of Porkum stamped on it, which leading you to wonder why exactly Rufus had it. Now we just slather you with this foul-smelling jelly. Come back and see me if you need it reapplied. Rufus's fish goo. You've been covered in some goo that Rufus assures you is necessary. We got a special rag. You suspect this is just an ordinary rag, but you don't want to hurt Rufus's feelings by asking. Cleans off the goo. Double hooray! Okay, so looks like we will have to do the we'll have to do the bridge thing here before we do anything else, since we have lesson stats to go take care of it. But there's a new fishing rod, though. The plaque says SIT Chemicals Department Dump Zone. The river, yeah. There's a fishing rod. Maybe it was left here because something is wrong with it. That sounds like hilarity ensues. You got a cursed fishing rod. There's definitely something wrong with it. The ladder blocked by some complicated municipal contraption. We will do that eventually. I'm wondering if I can uncurse the fishing rod. Aha, yes. So that's like an extra bonus thing to work on. What's it do? So right now, the fishing rod deals muscle +3 spooky damage. Eldritch runes etched into the fishing rod's handle suggest a sinister provenance. Who is the fisherman who wielded this rod? And what did they use it to catch? Mom goes to college. Well, I think this is a perfect place to stop for the night. Everybody, thank you for watching. Next time, we'll uncurse a fishing rod. Next time, we'll figure out the fish mother's goo mission thing, which is probably as horrible as it sounds. And we'll wipe off with the special rag, and then we will go ahead and finish our college degree. And then we'll come back to the machine to uncurse something else. But for now, have a great night. Until next time, bye-bye.